Have you ever wondered what happened after Jesus left the earth? What did his followers do? How did Christianity spread across the world? Today, we uncover the powerful, action-filled story in the book of Acts, a journey of faith, miracles, courage, and unstoppable growth. The book of Acts, also called the Acts of the Apostles, was written by Luke. It continues from his gospel and tells how the early church began. It starts after Jesus' resurrection and shows how his message spread from Jerusalem to the ends of the earth. This is not just a story, it is the beginning of a global movement that changed history forever. Before Jesus left the earth, he gave his disciples a mission to be his witnesses in Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, and to the ends of the earth. Then something incredible happened. Jesus was taken up into heaven right before their eyes. The disciples stood there amazed, looking into the sky, but soon they realized their journey was just beginning. They returned to Jerusalem, waiting together, praying and preparing for what Jesus had promised. They didn't fully understand what was coming next, but they trusted that something powerful was about to happen. On the day of Pentecost, everything changed. A mighty rushing wind filled the room where the disciples were gathered. Tongues of fire appeared and rested on each of them. They were filled with the Holy Spirit and began to speak in different languages. People from many nations heard them speaking and were amazed because they understood in their own languages. This moment marked the birth of the church. Thousands of people believed that day, and the message of Jesus began to spread rapidly like never before. One of the most surprising transformations was Peter. This was the same man who once denied Jesus out of fear. But now, filled with boldness, he stood before a crowd and preached powerfully about Jesus. He spoke with confidence, clarity, and authority. Through him, miracles happened, people were healed, lives were changed, and many believed. Peter became a strong leader in the early church, showing how someone can change completely when empowered by the Holy Spirit. Not everyone was happy about this new movement. Religious leaders became angry and threatened by the apostles' message. They arrested them, beat them, and warned them to stop preaching about Jesus. But the apostles refused to be silent. They boldly declared that they must obey God rather than men. Even in the face of danger, they continued to preach, heal, and spread the message. Their courage inspired many, and the church kept growing stronger despite opposition. Then came Stephen, a man full of faith and wisdom. He spoke boldly about Jesus, but false accusations were brought against him. He was dragged out and stoned to death. As he died, he prayed for those attacking him, showing incredible forgiveness. Stephen became the first Christian martyr. His death marked a turning point as persecution increased and believers were scattered. But instead of stopping the message, it caused it to spread even further to new places. One of the biggest turning points in Acts is the story of Saul. He was a fierce enemy of Christians and worked hard to stop them. But on the road to Damascus, a bright light suddenly shone around him. He fell to the ground and heard the voice of Jesus speaking to him. This moment changed everything. Saul became Paul and transformed into one of the greatest missionaries. His life shows that anyone can change, no matter their past. Paul traveled across many cities and nations, preaching about Jesus. He faced many challenges, prison, beatings, and even shipwrecks, but he never gave up. He taught both Jews and Gentiles, showing that the message of Jesus is for everyone. Through his journeys, many churches were planted, and the gospel spread far beyond its original boundaries. His determination and faith helped shape the future of Christianity. The early church faced many struggles, including opposition from outside and disagreements within. Yet they remained united in faith. They prayed together, supported one another, and continued to grow. Every challenge they faced only made them stronger. Their story is one of resilience, showing that faith can overcome even the toughest situations. A story of courage, faith, and purpose. It shows how ordinary people can do extraordinary things when guided by God. The story doesn't truly end. It continues through believers today. The question is, what role will you play? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful Bible stories.